Getting to Wensleydale Railway couldn't be easier. Leeming Bar is under a mile from the A1 north of Leeds and York. Or you can join the trains at Redmire, Leyburn or Bedale. The Wensleydale Railway is a heritage railway in Wensleydale and Lower Swaledale in North Yorkshire. The line runs for 22 miles from Northallerton on the East Coast Main Line to Redmire in Wensleydale. The odd freight train and special excursion might travel the full length of the Wensleydale Railway line, but usually the Wensleydale Railway only operates regular passenger services of 19 miles, from Leeming Bar Station to Redmire Station. The line once ran from Northallerton to Garsdale on the Settle Carlisle Railway. Sadly, all the track has now been lifted between Redmire and Garsdale. A new bridge has been acquired to span the road. This will allow the track to be laid another 6 miles to Aysgarth Falls. The Bolton Arms is everything you would expect from a country inn. A famous landmark, the Bolton Arms dates back to the 17th century and was originally a farm. It has long since been known as the meeting place of the village. A tranquil picture postcard village, Redmire epitomises the traditional Yorkshire Dales village, a little off the beaten track. Bolton Castle provides a huge range of exciting things to do in Wensleydale. Now one of the country's best preserved medieval castles, Bolton was originally built by Sir Richard le Scrope to rival the finest and most luxurious homes in the land. Completed in 1399, its scars bear testament to over 600 years of fascinating history, including involvement in the Pilgrimage of Grace, Mary Queen of Scots' imprisonment, and a Civil War siege. The aim in the medium term is to extend the railway westwards towards Aysgarth Falls, as the first part of the restoration of the track to Hawes and Garsdale, to link once again with the settled Carlisle Railway. Aysgarth Station can be found in the heart of the Yorkshire Dales National Park, next to the famous Aysgarth Falls, between the villages of Aysgarth and Carperby. Aysgarth Station was opened by the North Eastern Railways on the 1st of February 1877. Although it operated 5 passenger services each way per day during its heyday between the First and Second World Wars. It was more reliant on freight services in what was a sparsely populated rural area. Freight services continued for a time, but these finally ceased on the 27th of April 1964. The station was closed and the track was lifted. In April 2011, a group of volunteers from Wensleydale Railway formed the Aysgarth Station Group and engaged on a 3-year programme to refurbish Aysgarth Station site in advance of the extension of the Wensleydale Railway from Redmire. In 2003, the company took a 99-year lease from Network Rail for 22 miles of track between Northallerton and Redmire. Passenger services began on the 4th of July 2003 between Leeming Bar and Leyburn, 12 miles, using diesel trains. In 2004, train services were extended by nearly 5 miles to Redmire, and 3 more stations were reopened: Beedale, Finghall Lane and Redmire. It is the aim in the short term to establish a station in Northallerton, at Northallerton West, a short distance from the main line station. Down at the beach you will find a car park. It's not very large, so if you intend to spend the day there, you need to be there pretty early. Saltburn Pier on the Lower Promenade is the most northerly surviving British pier. Built in an exposed position and facing due north into the unforgiving North Sea, the pier recently underwent a major restoration programme. Saltburn by the Sea is perhaps not the first place you'd expect to find an excellent surfing beach, yet the north-facing sands constantly come up with the goods, and recent years have seen the development of a large community of surfers. The North Sea may often look grey and uninviting, but you'll find great beach breaks on either side of the old pier, which work best at high tide, and are well suited to beginners and intermediates. Saltburn Cliff Lift on the Lower Promenade opened on the 28th of June 1884. The oldest water-balanced cliff lift in Britain goes up 120 feet on a track of 207. Now refurbished with stained glass windows, it links Saltburn Pier and the Lower Promenade with the Upper Promenade and the town. You can, if you wish, walk down from the Upper Promenade and take in the magnificent views. Don't forget to take the kids on a walk through the Valley Gardens and the Woodland Centre just behind the car park. Here you will find the kids' playground. The Valley Gardens at Saltburn by the Sea, where the Cleveland Way passes through the ancient Ritzwood, and the formal Valley Gardens. The Woodland Centre is a good place for information on the walks, as well as featuring displays and a permanent orienteering course. The gardens also offer a tea room and the Italian garden flower beds and the ruins of an old corn mill. But don't panic if you have little ones. Let the train take the strain. The Saltburn Miniature Railway is a 15-inch gauge miniature railway running from the seafront through the Valley Gardens to the Italian Gardens, Tea Lawn and Woodland Centre. The railway was first established in 1947, whilst the locomotive Prince Charles was later introduced in 1953. It was reopened to the public in April 2003, following an extensive relocation project lasting 2.5 years. The Ship Inn is a smugglerish place, dating back to the 15th century, when Saltburn was a fishing village. Low beams, oak benches and posters of shipwrecks give it maritime charm. It includes a family room and a child-free lounge, plus bar and restaurant meals. When entering Staithes, all vehicles must be left in the car park at the top of the village. Visitors arriving in the North Yorkshire village of Staithes for the first time could be forgiven for thinking they had taken a wrong turn and ended up in Cornwall. With the steep access to the place, the pretty beach, the quaint fishermen's cottages and the wonderful harbour. Captain Cook, the famous 18th century explorer, came to live in Staithes when he was 16, as a shop apprentice, and it was here, listening to the tales of the local fishermen, that his fascination for the sea began. The Captain Cook and Staithes Heritage Centre on the High Street contains treasures from his entire life.
like to be beside the seaside. I do like to be beside the sea. I do like to stroll along the prom, where the brass bands play tiddly-om, pom, pom. So just let me be beside the seaside, then I'll be beside myself with glee. And there's lots of girls beside, I should like to be beside the seaside, beside the sea. Everyone delights to spend their summer's holiday down beside the side of the silvery sea. I'm no exception to the rule, in fact if I'd my way, I'd reside by the side of the silvery sea. But when you're just a common or Garden Smith or Jones or Brown, a business up in town, you've got to settle down. You save up all the money you can till summer comes around. Then away you go to a spot you know where the cockle shells are found. Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. I do like to be beside the sea. I do like to stroll along the prom.
Staithes is a charming, picturesque fishing village, which has remained unspoilt by time. Its cobbled streets, narrow alleyways, pan-tile roof houses and fishing cobbles moored in the beck attract artists from far and wide.